In the vast, silent, desert night of ancient Egypt, when the life-giving sun boat of Ra had descended into the chaos of the underworld, humanity looked to the sky for a different kind of guardian. A silent traveler who journeyed across the velvet darkness, a shepherd for the glittering stars. He was the marker of months, the protector of night travelers, and the god who's gentle. Silver light held the terrifying demons of the dark at bay. He was Khonsu, the god of the moon, a symbol of youth, healing, and serene constancy, a comforting presence in an often brutal pantheon. He was predictable. He was reliable. But what if this calm god had a secret passion, a hidden weakness for the thrill of a high-stakes game of chance? This is the story we investigate today. A tale of how a single legendary wager Khonsu made against the god of wisdom not only cost him a portion of his divine power, but in doing so forever changed the very fabric of time itself, creating the calendar we now use. We will uncover how this god's love for a simple board game led to the birth of Egypt's most famous gods. This is the forgotten story of the cosmic gamble, a tale of cunning curses, and the astronomical price of a lost game that reshaped the heavens. Our story begins not with the moon, but with the sun and the paranoia of a king. Ra, the all-powerful sun god and ruler of the pantheon, had a daughter, the sky goddess Nut. He discovered a prophecy that one of her children would one day usurp his throne, a fear that echoed the tragedies of the Greek gods Uranus and Cronus. Consumed by this terror, Ra laid a powerful and cruel curse upon his own daughter. She could become pregnant, but she was forbidden from giving birth on any of the 360 days of the existing calendar year. Ra's curse was absolute, a magical binding tied to the very structure of time. This was a cosmic crisis. Nut was already pregnant with 5 of the most important future deities: the noble Osiris, the chaotic Set, the magical Isis, the shadowy Nephthys, and Horus the Elder. Their very existence was trapped in her womb. The entire future of the Egyptian pantheon, the fate of the world itself, was in jeopardy, held hostage by a paranoid king's fear of being replaced. A solution seemed impossible. How can one give birth outside of time itself? Into this divine stalemate stepped Thoth, the eye-besetted god of wisdom, writing, and magic. He was the vizier of the gods, the grand master of cosmic problems. A magical or physical confrontation was doomed to fail against the might of the sun itself. So, he devised a brilliant, cunning plan that relied not on strength, but on exploiting the known personality flaw of another powerful god. His target, Khonsu, the moon god. Khonsu was known throughout the cosmos for his passionate love of games, of chance, especially the ancient and complex board game, Sinat. Thoth approached Khonsu not with a plea for help, but with a friendly, irresistible challenge. He proposed a series of Senate games to pass the time. Khonsu, ever the confident gambler, readily agreed. But what could a moon god wager? He did not possess gold or kingdoms. So Thoth, in a moment of pure genius, proposed the ultimate stake. Khonsu would wager a fraction of his own divine moonlight. For every game he lost, he would surrender a small portion of his luminescence to Thoth. The board was set for the most important game in the history of time. The great celestial game began. The two gods sat across the Senate board as the fate of a generation of gods hung in the balance. Khonsu played with the passion and intuition of a gambler, trusting in the luck that governed his nightly travels. But Thoth played with the cold, calculating precision of a grandmaster. He was not just playing the game. He was manipulating probability itself, seeing every possible move 10 steps ahead. Game after game, Thoth's brilliant strategy outmaneuvered the moon god. Bit by bit, Khonsu's radiant light was wagered and lost. When the final game was over, Thoth had accumulated 1/72nd part of the moon's total light. It was not enough to extinguish the moon, but it was just enough magical energy to bend reality. Thoth gathered the stolen moonlight and used its temporal magic to create 5 new, extra days that existed outside of Ra's original 360-day calendar and were therefore free from his curse. On these 5 epigomenal days, the goddess Nut was finally able to give birth to her 5 divine children, securing the future of the Egyptian pantheon. The story is told. The consequences of this cosmic gamble were permanent and profound. The Egyptian calendar was now 365 days long, a far more accurate solar year that became the basis for calendars across the ancient world, allowing for precise agriculture and religious festivals. And the moon, having gambled away a portion of its divine light, could no longer shine with its full, brilliant face all month long. It was now forced to wax and wane, growing full and then diminishing into darkness, a constant, celestial reminder of the price of its god's lost wager. The story of Khonsu is a masterpiece of mythological storytelling. It's a clever, elegant explanation for both the calendar and the phases of the moon. It's a testament to the Egyptian belief that cunning and wisdom Thoth can find a loophole in the decrees of even the most absolute power, Ra. And it as a wonderfully human story of a god whose passion for a simple game had consequences that literally reshaped the heavens and the very concept of time. So, What is your final verdict on Khonsu? A reckless gambler who weakened his own power, or a necessary player whose loss was essential for the birth of a new age?